Daniel Harper arrived at the company headquarters before sunrise after returning from another exhausting international business trip. Rain poured outside the tall glass building while the city streets remained nearly empty. He expected silence inside the office, but the gentle sound of someone humming while cleaning echoed softly through the massive marble lobby peacefully there. Near the reception desk, a middle-aged janitor carefully polished the floor while organizing scattered magazines left from the previous evening. Daniel barely noticed her at first because he was busy checking emails on his phone. Like most executives, he walked past cleaning staff every day without learning their names or acknowledging their presence around him. Suddenly, the front doors opened and a nervous delivery driver stepped inside, carrying several expensive packages. The man struggled to explain himself in broken English. Before Daniel could react, the janitor approached him calmly and began speaking fluent French. The driver's anxious expression disappeared immediately as she helped organize the delivery schedule professionally. Daniel slowly lowered his phone and stared in surprise. Her pronunciation sounded natural, almost native. The conversation lasted several minutes, and she handled every detail confidently. The delivery driver smiled gratefully before leaving. Daniel wondered how a janitor working night shifts inside his office building could possibly speak French so perfectly without hesitation. Before he could process the moment, the office phone near reception suddenly rang loudly. The janitor answered politely, then switched into smooth Mandarin Chinese. Daniel understood enough from previous business trips to recognize her fluency immediately. Her tone sounded professional and respectful as she guided the caller through directions to the company headquarters carefully. A few moments later, two confused tourists entered the building trying to escape the heavy rain outside. They spoke rapid Spanish while looking at a city map. Without missing a beat, the janitor walked toward them and explained nearby transportation routes in fluent Spanish. The tourists laughed warmly, clearly relieved to finally receive understandable assistance that morning. Daniel felt increasingly stunned with every passing minute. He quietly stepped behind a nearby column, observing the scene without interrupting. During 20 years of running a multinational company, he had interviewed elite graduates, international consultants, and expensive translators. Yet the most naturally talented communicator he had encountered seemed to be the invisible woman cleaning his office floors nightly. As the morning continued, a black luxury car arrived outside, carrying a wealthy investor visiting from the Middle East. The investor's assistant struggled translating important instructions in English. Again, the janitor stepped forward politely and spoke clear Arabic. The assistant immediately relaxed, while the investor himself smiled appreciatively after hearing her respectful communication style and professionalism. Daniel watched the interaction carefully, unable to understand how nobody had noticed this woman before. Employees passed through the lobby daily while barely making eye contact with her. Most treated her as part of the furniture surrounding the office, rather than an intelligent human being carrying extraordinary skills, experience, and knowledge hidden quietly beneath a simple uniform. When the visitors finally entered the elevator, Daniel approached the reception area slowly. The janitor continued cleaning calmly, as if nothing unusual had happened throughout the morning. He noticed a small notebook resting beside her cleaning cart, filled with handwritten phrases, grammar notes, and translations from different languages, carefully organized using colorful ink and detailed annotations everywhere. Daniel glanced toward the notebook curiously. Inside were lessons written in French, German, Mandarin, Arabic, Portuguese, Russian, Italian, Japanese, and Spanish. Every page looked studied repeatedly over many years. Before he could speak, the janitor gently closed the notebook and apologized softly, thinking perhaps she had done something wrong by keeping personal study materials at work. For the first time in years, Daniel felt ashamed of himself. He realized he knew the names of famous investors, wealthy clients, and powerful executives across the world. Yet he had never once spoken properly to the woman quietly cleaning his company every night. Standing silently in the empty lobby, Daniel understood something important needed to change immediately. The next morning, Daniel Harper arrived at the office earlier than usual, with Elena constantly on his mind. He spent the entire night thinking about the hidden talent he had witnessed. While reviewing employee files, he discovered she had worked in the building for almost 6 years, yet nobody from management truly knew her personally. When Elena entered the lobby carrying her cleaning supplies, Daniel politely asked her to join him in his office before beginning work. Fear immediately appeared across her face. She worried she might lose her job for speaking with visitors or keeping personal study notebooks during working hours inside the company building late at night. Daniel noticed her nervousness and reassured her kindly before offering coffee and breakfast. Once she relaxed slightly, he asked how she had learned so many languages so fluently. Elena explained she immigrated years earlier after losing both parents unexpectedly. Supporting her younger brother became her responsibility, forcing her to work multiple jobs while studying independently every night. She described spending countless evenings inside public libraries reading language books, listening to online recordings, and practicing conversations with strangers whenever opportunities appeared. Learning languages became more than education for her. It represented survival, connection, and hope. Every language opened another door in life, allowing her to understand people from completely different cultures and backgrounds. Daniel listened carefully, deeply moved by her determination and humility. Most highly paid executives inside the company complained about minor inconveniences despite privileged lives. Yet Elena achieved extraordinary skills quietly without recognition, expensive education, or professional support. He realized talent often remained invisible because society judged people mainly through titles, salaries, and appearances rather than abilities. As their conversation continued, Elena admitted she once dreamed about working in international communication or diplomacy. However, financial struggles prevented university opportunities. Eventually, survival became more important than ambition. Cleaning offices at night paid bills consistently, allowing her younger brother to continue attending school. She accepted sacrifice quietly because family mattered more than personal recognition or professional success. Daniel suddenly remembered several failed international negotiations from previous years caused by cultural misunderstandings and poor communication. His company spent millions hiring consultants while overlooking extraordinary potential already existing within their own walls. The realization embarrassed him deeply. Elena possessed emotional intelligence, communication skills, and cultural understanding that many trained professionals inside the corporation completely lacked. Later that afternoon, Daniel invited senior executives into an emergency meeting. Instead of discussing profits or expansion plans, he shared Elena's story carefully. Many executives looked shocked and uncomfortable after realizing they had ignored someone remarkably gifted for years. Daniel challenged them directly, asking how many other talented individuals remained unseen throughout the company every single day. Within weeks, Daniel launched a new internal program encouraging employees at every level to share hidden talents, educational backgrounds, creative skills, and personal experiences. Warehouse workers revealed engineering certifications. Receptionists demonstrated advanced technology skills. Security guards spoke multiple languages. For the first time, employees felt valued beyond their job descriptions, creating excitement and stronger relationships throughout the company offices. Elena received an official promotion into the International Communications Department after demonstrating her language abilities during meetings with overseas partners. At first, she doubted herself constantly, worried she did not belong beside highly educated professionals. However, her calm confidence, empathy, and natural communication quickly earned admiration from clients and co-workers across multiple international business divisions worldwide. Successfully. Months later, the company atmosphere transformed completely. Executives greeted cleaning staff respectfully. Employees from different departments collaborated more openly and shared ideas without fear of judgment. Productivity improved naturally because workers finally felt seen and appreciated as human beings rather than replaceable positions. Elena's quiet presence had unknowingly inspired one of the corporation's greatest cultural changes ever. One evening, Daniel walked through the lobby after another successful international meeting organized by Elena herself. He paused while watching employees laughing together nearby. The same building, once filled with silence and invisible barriers, now carried warmth, respect, and connection. Standing there proudly, Daniel understood leadership was not about controlling people, but recognizing their hidden worth before others do.